I have some breaking news coming out of Washington, D.C. For those of you who have been following the government shutdown, as well as the SNAP's food benefit program being used by each party to leverage or shame or humiliate the other party, all of that is coming to an end, unless it ends up going to a higher court. I'm going to go through that and other big stories. Thank you guys so much for joining me for today's daily news. There's a lot to go through, so let's jump right in. Starting with rising tension over the government shutdown, President Trump is demanding that Senate Republicans use the nuclear option to get rid of the filibuster and end the now 30-day plus shutdown, a tactic that President Biden tried to use several times. In a long Truth Social post, President Trump accused Democrats of having Trump derangement syndrome for repeatedly blocking a clean funding bill, calling the shutdown country destroying. He told Republicans to play their Trump card and hold a simple majority, saying it would stop Democrats from future power plays like packing the Supreme Court or adding new states to gain senators. Trump said this idea came to him while he was on tour over in different Asian countries, and that it is definitely something he wants them to do. Now, I'm not going to read the entire thing to you. It's very long, but basically, he's just instructing the House and the Senate to get ready to go to war with the Democrat Party, saying that they are no longer able to negotiate with them. Therefore, we should quit wasting our time and get back to working for the American people. Now, the shutdown continues because Democrats are demanding an extension on Obamacare subsidies, while Republicans say negotiations won't restart until the government reopens. Now, with each passing day, the pressure grows. Lawsuits, SNAP delays, fear of lasting gridlock. Even Democrat John Fetterman is now slamming Chuck Schumer for not getting his act together, saying that this is becoming absolutely ridiculous. Listen to what he had to say earlier today.
So what are you hearing back home about SNAP expiring on Saturday?
I'm saying that I will witness it firsthand. My wife, Giselle, she develops the free store in our community, and it distributes food 3 times a week. And her lines have already got longer. And now I will encounter people that have no SNAP benefits starting on Saturday, and I don't have an explanation for them. All I could say is, I'm sorry. It's an absolute failure what occurred here for the last month, and now things are really going to land. And imagine being a parent with a couple kids and how you're going to fill their refrigerator and pack their lunches and get on with their lives when the things that they've depended on now is gone because we can't even agree to just open things up.
All right, so he's like, listen, I'm heading back to Pennsylvania. I'm about to be, like, people are going to be confronting me. And I'm going to be able to tell them, like, I voted to get you guys food. I voted to get paychecks back in place, but my colleagues didn't. And I don't have a good answer for them on why they're keeping the government shut. So you have one of the more popular Democrat senators saying, I don't have an answer for my voters. I don't have an answer for my constituents, and I'm not really sure how to handle it because they deserve to eat. And people that work for the government deserve to be paid. Let's finish off the interview.
If a Democrat, we're not allowed to just open this up. I mean, then our party has bigger problems than I thought we might have already. It's like, that's not controversial. Pay everybody. And you have our workers here borrowed over $350 million to pay their own bills. Like, it's a failure. And like I said, to all of the viewers, I'm apologizing that we can't even get our shit together and just open up our government.
Schumer said this gets better politically every day for Democrats. What do you say to that?
Yeah, well, ask the hungry people on Saturday. You know, it's like, that's the thing. You know, Americans are not leverage. This is not some shitty game show about who's winning or whatever. It's just like we have to be better than this and just open this up. And I do, you know, talk to any number of Republicans who they agree that we have this conversation about extending these tax credits.
All right, so he's like, listen, Chuck Schumer, leader of my own party, like, human beings are not meant to be leverage. We need to stop this. It's just disgusting, right? But listen to what Chuck Schumer had to say over on his X account.
First time in American history, a vicious, heartless president is cutting off food stamps to hungry children, elderly who can't afford enough food to feed themselves, veterans who are down on their luck, all because he wants to use them as hostages so that Democrats will stop fighting for people's health care. We can do both: provide better health care and provide SNAP benefits to the tens of millions who need it. This president is a liar. He says there's no money to provide food stamps because of the shutdown. That's bull. His own agriculture department said there's plenty of money. Every president during shutdowns has provided the money that's needed, even Trump in his first term. He is bludgeoning the American people, using the most innocent of victims to try and go along with his cruel shutdown, which takes away health care from millions of Americans. He is the most vindictive politician America has ever seen, and the most heartless man America has ever seen in the president.
All right. I want to know in the comments, let me know what you guys think. They've set this up where they literally get to make people afraid they're going to have no food, that they're going to have to steal from Walmart or Target or Hebs or wherever you get your groceries. And they're funneling all of this fear and hatred towards Donald Trump. But they have voted 14 times not to fund the SNAP program by reopening the government. So it's a PR nightmare for both sides. But as somebody who is on the independent, libertarian, Republican side, I use common sense. You reopen the government, these programs get funding. You don't do that. So what are you doing? You are the ones holding children and elderly people as hostages, as human leverage, just like Hamas did. My gosh, this is gross. They're using these people as human shields in order to get their way. I'm so disheartened by the whole thing. It's just absolutely crazy. Now, all of this might be a moot point, since Democrats just had a judge order the Trump White House to release funding for SNAP food programs. So if you are watching this and you're one of the 42 million Americans that get SNAP benefits, I want you to know that unless this goes to a higher court, that money is going to be paid out. You can see here, breaking: an Obama judge just decided President Trump's administration is required to pay SNAP benefits to Americans during the Schumer shutdown. The judge has also ordered Trump to find money from somewhere else if contingency funds aren't enough. Absolutely insane. Now, what they've just done there is they have ensured that tomorrow people are going to be able to get money in order to go buy groceries. But did you see how they said if there's a shortfall, then you have to go get that money from somewhere else? What that judge did is they wrote in their order that the Democrats can now keep this going as long as they want. They can let the military go without pay. They can let other people, federal workers, go without pay, national parks, all of that, all of the many things that go into this. All of that can continue to be leveraged against President Trump because he'll just have to go find money from somewhere else in order to continue to pay those SNAP benefits. Now, let me know in the comments, are you somebody that receives SNAP? If you are, I don't judge you. You know, we're all in different places. So this is me announcing that. At the same time, I believe that the Democrat Party is playing very, very dirty. From a political standoff to TV shocker, Whoopi Goldberg has invited Marjorie Taylor Greene to come on The View. She will be the first Republican to go on in a very long time. Now, Goldberg said that while she and Marjorie Taylor Greene rarely agree, she wants to have communication. And she says that this is somebody that has the voice, the ear of the American people, and can speak to what is really going on. What she's really saying is, hey, you're going to come on and badmouth Trump, possibly over Epstein, possibly over Israel, possibly over Obamacare credits. Therefore, we like you, and we would like you to come on the show. All right, the New Jersey governor race is very, very close, although it does appear that the woman, Mikie Sherrill, is just a little bit ahead. But let me go ahead and show you what was shared on Fox News about this close race.
2020 and 2024 presidential election, along with Trafalgar, that's Matt Towery and Robert Cahaly. They have a new Emerson College poll. They also did very well in 24 in the last election cycle. They have this race also within a single point. That's 3. This is anyone's race. And on Tuesday, turnout could be the deciding factor.
All right. Did you see that? They're within 1 point, and then down below it says a margin of 3%. So Ciattarelli might actually have an opportunity. Now, Democrats are furious. They've been exciting their base, and so it's their election to win. It's been a blue state for a very long time. However, you've got incredible people that have been pushing like crazy to make New Jersey a red state. So this thing really is up in the air.
Anyway, here with analysis on the polls to give us a snapshot where we are tonight, Insider Advantage. Pollster Matt Towery and the chief pollster of the Trafalgar Group, Robert Cahaly. Matt, I'll start with you because this is important. Because you and Robert were the first to pick up. This race is way closer than anybody knows. You both had it within a point. Where do you see this race now? And do you agree with me now it's about turnout?
Oh, absolutely. It has. Let me start with one thing, Hannity. I've known you more than 30 years. You're never better than in front of a live audience. I just had that, toss that out to you from Florida here. I got to tell you, the energy is so important in the last 4 or 5 days with regard to turnout. Our polls showed there were a significant number of independent voters that were undecided. And most of the polls showed that the independent voters have been breaking on the Republican side. So if that breaks the way we think it could break, and if the Republicans will make sure they get out and vote, because they are trailing in overall voter turnout in early voting. But if they can get out and turn out big time, this could be the upset that will really move things and put things in position for the upcoming midterms next year.
I mean, are we really looking, Robert, at a possibility that across a bridge, under a tunnel, that New York City is going to elect Marxist Kami Mamdani, and in New Jersey, the deep blue state of New Jersey can go red? Do you believe that?
It's completely possible. And like you said, 4 years ago, we had the best poll in New Jersey. We saw this thing close then. We see it close now. And what you said is also very important. Look at who has this race close and who doesn't. The pollsters that have good records, like us, like Emerson College, like Coefficient, and like Qantas, they all have this race extremely tight. The ones that consistently fail at elections, they're the ones skewing the averages. So it's important to pay attention to the pollsters who get it right. And it's important to look at what the Democrats do, not what they say. And the fact that they're sending Obama and the fact that they're worried, look at their actions. Don't look at their words, and certainly don't look at their media polls. Look at what they do.
All right. That's a good point. They're so scared because it's so close that they are unleashing Barack Hussein Obama to get out there. Now, I do wonder, why isn't President Trump going to New Jersey? They just said right there, the last 4 or 5 days you need that energy to get people out to vote so that they go, okay, now let me know in the comments, did I miss something? Is President Trump going to campaign and try to help this become a red state? Let me know, because I'm just not seeing it as I did my research. Now, if you are in New Jersey and can vote in New Jersey, Ciattarelli is a great guy. Let me show you. This guy wants to get rid of sanctuary cities and cashless bail. Listen to what he had to say.
To provide for law and order here in New Jersey. Executive order number 1 on day 1. No town in this state will be a sanctuary city and will not be a sanctuary state. I said from the very beginning, that policy, here's the good news. Many of the things that Murphy has done are by executive order. They weren't codified by the legislature, which means I can reverse them on day 1. But having sanctuary cities and us being a sanctuary state encourages illegal immigration, and it handcuffs our local police in certain ways. We're not doing that. I'm going to reverse that on day 1. If a local police chief and mayor want to work together to preserve safety in your community by partnering with a federal agency, I'm not going to get in the way. We're not doing that. But the other thing we're going to do is get rid of cashless bail. Cashless bail has created a professional criminal who's learned how to game the system. Talk to your local cops and they'll tell you about this dynamic known as arrest, release, repeat. It's demoralizing for cops.
Yeah, that is demoralizing for police. I mean, what stops a criminal if they know that they're just going to get out and there's going to be what? Maybe a small slap on the wrist? I mean, that's really nothing. All right, now I've been showing you guys these accidents. They bring me no joy to watch them, but I think it's important to see what happens. Ever since the month of May, the Department of Transportation has removed 7,200 truck drivers that speak zero English. So people that came here, some of them literally on their license, it says no name. They don't speak English. They don't know any of the road signs. They're causing problems. Now, a man from India, speaks no English and decided to drink and drive. This is horrible to watch, but I want to show you guys what happened because of this guy.
Exclusive dash cam video, which is now the subject of several law enforcement investigations. It shows the moment a red semi-truck plowed into a number of vehicles on the westbound 10 freeway in Ontario just after 1 p.m. yesterday. The CHP told the LA Times the driver of this big rig is a 21-year-old man who is now under arrest on suspicion of driving under the influence of drugs. A total of 4 semis were involved and also 4 passenger vehicles, one of them exploding in flames. 3 people were killed and 4 others were taken to local hospitals. This horrific crash happened just east of the 15 freeway and shut down all westbound lanes for more than 12 hours. Thousands of drivers were trapped in the gridlock just as the evening commute was getting underway.
All of this because Democrats want new voters. They don't care if you speak English, if you have any money, if you're on food stamps, welfare, Social Security, don't pay your hospital bills. They don't care. As long as you vote blue, as long as you vote for them, that's all they care about. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said, this is about President Trump making America's roads safe again. This just really burns me up. It makes me so mad. Thousands of driver's licenses were given out in the state of California. Those people then moved out and went other places. It's just shocking to me. Shocking to me. How many people are out driving on the road right now? They speak zero English. They don't know any of the road rules. They were literally, they cheated in order to get their CDL. And then these stupid states like California gave them a driver's license that says no name on it. So that it makes me crazy. People are literally dead because of these idiots. It's very sad. All right, overseas, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is begging Europe to give him 3 more years of taxpayer money so that he can continue to fight Russia and Putin. Zelensky said, listen, I'm not asking for a decade of help. We are an ally of Europe. We love Europe, but we need Europe to give us money so that we can beat Russia. You're never going to beat Russia. So I don't care what Europe does. I hope that President Trump doesn't give them any more money. It is time to end the war. I have nothing against Ukraine, nothing against Ukrainians. I don't have any warm spot in my heart for Russia. This is about ending a war where thousands and thousands of people are dying every single week. It's crazy to me. All right, that's my update for today. If you guys could, please give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, share it with family and friends. I would love if you would do that, and stay amazing, and I'll see you on the next one.